Hello and welcome back to another really exciting episode in the world of how to make it easy for people to give you money. My name is Michael Mollenhauer. I'm the president of One-to-One Network. We're an advertising and marketing company, and we work primarily in the areas of southern Utah and also South Orange County along the lines of Laguna Beach, Dana Point, San Clemente, and all those lovely areas. We'd like to welcome all of you guys listening today. I have got a very exciting guest with me today, a young man by the name of Chunner Nyberg, and he is a founding partner for a new company called Unlimited. Now, it's spelled UNLMTD, so, don't just be searching Unlimited. UNLMTD. Now, what they do is they build custom conversion apps for businesses, which incorporates all of their online presence into one easy customer experience. This helps save a lot of time and a lot of money and increase the revenue and profitability. Chunner, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing, Michael. Thank you so much for having us on the show.
You are more than welcome. So you've had a little preview of Chunner there. But so before we talk to him, let's thank our show supporters. We want to give a big shout out to attorney Aaron Stringer of Red Cliff Legal in St. George, Utah. Now, Aaron specializes in estate planning and trusts. He also has a podcast called Legacy Made Clear, which you can watch on YouTube. Listen and share on all the major podcast channels. For a free consultation, you can contact Aaron at redclifflegal.com. That's redclifflegal.com. So, Chunner, let's get back to you, okay? I'm pretty excited about your company, which you referred to by one of our mutual friends here. You've got something totally unique that I have never seen before in my entire life. I've been doing this a long time. I love the way that you guys are incorporating all of a business's online presence into one source, into like an app for both online, desktop, and also mobile. It's pretty incredible. Does that kind of summarize what you guys are doing?
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, it's awesome to hear you, say that you're excited about it, and that's the vision you get of our product, because what we wanted to do was build an experience that's unmatched for customers and clients, and to build an experience and a platform essentially that gives business owners the opportunity to present themselves and brand themselves the way that they deserve. And I just, in my opinion, I just don't think that product has truly existed out there. And so we wanted to develop tech that does exactly that. So.
Yeah, I think you are totally on the right track with that. Before we get into the nuances of your company, though, I want you to share with us a little bit about you as a person, where you grew up, what you've been doing, and how you got started into this. And I must say, I see in your office you've got a Cougars jersey hanging on the wall back there.
I do.
What's up with that? Tell us about that.
I do. So me and my background, grew up in St. George, Utah, born and raised. My wife, same thing. Our bloodlines have been here, since they, blew up the gorge going down to Las Vegas and St. George. So we've been here our whole life. Our bloodlines, been here forever. And we come from humble beginnings. Sports on my end was a very high priority in my life growing up, and just the competitive nature. And I wrestled, played football and baseball in high school here at Dixie High School. It's the premier, the founding high school here in Southern Utah. Graduated here, went to college to Brigham Young University, went up there and played baseball for 5 years. Was drafted out of high school to the Anaheim Angels at the time, not the LA Angels yet. Same year as Mike Trout in 2009.
Really?
And so I ended up not going professional. I went to Brigham Young University, loved my experience there, had an opportunity to go play with the Cubs afterwards, and I didn't do that. And so I knew I was competitive. I knew I was a winner. I knew that I was gritty and worked hard, and losing wasn't an option, from my background. And one of my partners, Chris Orchard, had a tech company that was essentially in aesthetics. And so it was more for your plastic surgery, aesthetic derms, med spas, ophthalmology. And I actually did baseball lessons with his son, and So when I graduated, I went right into tech sales. And so my background for 13 years was in a tech company. Just drove all sales with Chris, and some of the founders there were awesome. And they ended up selling that company 3 or 4 years ago. And when that company sold, and Chris and I were a part of that, I began to start this vision of the product we have today, which is unlimited. And I just saw a niche in a lot of businesses that was missing, and in my opinion, wasn't done the right way. And so I knew I had an idea, and Chris Orchard, my partner, had a good idea and vision of what we wanted to create. But I needed a programmer. I needed a developer that could deliver a product that matched our vision, and my cousin Mitch Thompson is our head programmer developer, who is, in my opinion, just absolutely the greatest at that. And the reason is he's not just so good at building tech, he has the aesthetic eye for it as well. So it's not just a good product, it's the visual aspect, and the customer facing product that he creates is, in my opinion, just second to none. And then our other partner, Dusty Thompson, who is my uncle, he's amazing. He's, onboarding, e-commerce, fulfillment of clients, and the apps that we actually sell and that we create. Him and Mitch are kind of the brains and the beauty behind the tech, and me and Chris are, growing the business. And that's how Unlimited came about.
That's great. So I also went to BYU.
Awesome. That's awesome.
But I did not play baseball.
Yeah, it's an awesome university.
Yeah.
So
I went to BYU, and then I transferred down to Cal State Northridge and finished up down there. Net didn't play baseball, but played a lot of music, and that's my back. And here we are. In fact, in full disclosure, I have to let you guys know. So I came upon Chunner today because one of the guys in my band, his name is Kurt Thompson, and Kurt is Mitch's dad. And is Kurt your grandfather, or? So
my grandfather's brother is Kurt Thompson.
Oh my God, it's a family affair.
It's a family affair. We joke around all the time. We say it's a family affair, and Chris Orchard was adopted.
Oh my gosh. So I need to make this point here. So business owners, managers, and entrepreneurs, you never know who's in your network that you might be able to do some business with. I mean, I had no idea. I've been playing music with Kurt for quite a while now. He found out that, he knows I have the marketing company, but, he knows about the radio show and all the podcasts. And he goes, "Oh, you need to get my kid on there. He's got this business." And lo and behold, here we are. I didn't know, Chunner. So this is your brainchild. You put this whole thing together, and then brought Mitch in to kind of do all the programming. Is that how that works?
Well, Mitch, it really started with Mitch because he has a code base, and the foundation of our tech, the money maker and really the brains behind it is the custom proprietary code base that Mitch developed over 4 or 5 years. And the beauty of that is he had already built this thing out and had a million directions that he could build tech on this foundation, this code base. And really it was my uncle Dusty knew that. So I had left my previous job when they went corporate and the company sold, after we stayed there a couple years, just to make sure they were running the company the right way and whatnot, and kind of train some other sales guys that were part of the company that acquired us. Yeah. I knew I didn't want to be there forever. And in the process of that prior company I was with, I really taught myself and proved to myself that, hey, I can do this on my own. I can take a product and a concept and take that to delivering a product and then building a company. Because that was kind of my role with that previous company, even though I wasn't the founder or, one of the partners, CEO of that company. That's essentially what I did. Is we had a product, I helped drive revenue and build the company from the start to finish.
Good.
Right. And so I really proved it to myself. And I said, at the end of the day, I know what I've got inside. I know what I have to bring to the table. I know what value I could provide people just because of who I am. And that's my essence of my core, is wanting to help people, support people, make them better. I think relationships is my superpower. I've been told that a lot. And so I had this idea of, hey, can you do this? And it was like the stars aligned. I went out with Mitch Thompson and Dusty, my uncle, and they showed me what Mitch was working on. And I just said, this is a no brainer that we got to do this, and we talked back and forth and said, this is the product, let's build it. And then Chris Orchard, who was one of the founders of the company that I was with prior that sold, I said, you got to be a part of this, man. You got to be a part of this. And we kind of talked about what we were doing and showed him a few things, and he was 100% on board. And we've been feet on the road and running with it ever since. So
that's amazing. So tell me what it is. How does it work? In fact, let's use a real life example. Let's take like were you working with like a chiropractor, furniture store? Give me an example of one of your clients and how they're using it and what makes it different than some of the other traditional things we've been using. It's funny. When I say traditional, normally that would be radio, TV, and print. Now traditional is SEO, websites, and social media. So give me a real world example about how it's working. How do you work this thing? Pick a client.
Absolutely. So I'll give you a couple examples. So, one of our examples, Restorative Woodworks. So they're a custom cabinetry company here in Southern Utah, and they've always done well. They've been word of mouth. They've done really, really well with the Pareda homes here in Southern Utah. Just a great company. The founder and the CEO of the company, Matt, just does amazing work, and essentially your online presence, whether it's on a WordPress, a Webflow, a Wix, whatever, foundation that you're building your website on and creating a brand and presence, it just does not do a business justice. It's archaic. For lack of a better term, it's not pretty. The experience for customers and clients, it's just really poor. And so what we wanted to do was build a custom application for businesses to run their brand, run their marketing, convert. And so at the end of the day, what we've created is an online presence and brand and image that is unmatched and it's second to none, for your quick term conversions. And then we have the native app, which is essential for long-term retention. So what we do is we go in with Restorative. We built them an online presence that's second to none. It builds a foundation of trust and sets a standard of business and care that they do. And if you check out some of our portfolios, some of our websites, especially from the mobile side first, right away it catches your eye and you understand that, oh, these guys are different. So it separates a business from the competition. It sets them apart. That really gives a client the idea, why would I look somewhere else? These guys are the best at what they do. Right?
So I might ask you a question. So what is it that sets them apart with what you're doing? How are you setting them apart from the competition? What makes it second to none?
Absolutely. So it's the experience. If you go to a standard website, right, it's boring. You've got your picture up top. You scroll down. We've built our tech and our web app version and the native app essentially into a custom mobile app experience, right? So it piggybacks off of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, every popular app that everybody and anybody is using day to day. It follows that experience. And so essentially what it's doing, you're educating people on your business. They're consuming so much information. They're really having that wow factor right off the bat that, again, what a lot of businesses like Restorative were missing out on, right, is you bring someone to see who you are, and there just wasn't anything that really won that conversion or won that client over from a WordPress site. And so what he's been able to do is, number one, send someone to his site and they're sold right away. They love what they're seeing. They know what they want and they fill out a lead form. And so conversion that way. But also what he was able to do is to use his site and use his portfolio to showcase people in his office, his work and his before and after images and what he does, right? And it's just helped him generate revenue at a significant rate. And that's one experience. Another client that we brought on board is a big, huge orthopedic surgery group, right, in Northern Utah. And they're brand new. So they have no online presence. They have no marketing and branding. They have no in-office or in-practice marketing and branding, and they don't have an app, right? And so along with your SEO, your Google AdWords, your Google business profile, all the things to send leads to a place,
Yeah.
what they loved about Unlimited is it sends them to a place that is so out of this world compared to, like I said, a Webflow, a Wix, those archaic foundations that sites are built on, right? And so they wanted to send them to a place that converts business. And that's exactly what we're finding that our tech does for these companies.
Okay. So I have questions. So, is it primarily, what kind of content are you using to get the conversions? Is it primarily visual? Is there text content? Tell me about that. What are you doing that's unique to help get those conversions?
Right. So there is text on there. It's highly, highly visual. So if you go in there, we want a business to be able to showcase who they are, showcase what they do, showcase before and after images, and really tell a story, right? Like on Instagram, you go look at someone's reel, or you go look at a highlight of, whatever your interests are, like a golf trip. Instead of reading about it, we can show short film content that is just beautiful and elegant, and it's presented in a way where you're swiping and you're going like a catalog, rather than seeing a picture and then you see 4 pages of text and just kind of that boring experience. What we've realized is it's really an experience that customers and clients and patients enjoy.
Okay. So, there's text and visual content, primarily visual. So is that SEO friendly? Because Google primarily searches text with keywords. Do you guys use the same type of format for their algorithm?
Yeah. So the beautiful thing about our tech, and really the reason why lots of business owners have not made the switch from a Webflow, a Wix, those old platforms, is because of server-side rendering, right? And the SEO capabilities. A lot of modern tech doesn't have those old school features, right? Our custom code base entails both. So you get your SEO optimization, you get your Google business profile, you have your text in there, but it's highly visual. And anyone that's gone on the internet as of late, it's funny because SEO is definitely important, but it is going away. And so it's definitely important. But if you look on there now, the first thing you see is that meta, the AI reference, right? And then you see the Google business profile, which in my opinion is the second most essential. And then you see the paid ads. And then if you even scroll that far down, that's where you get to the SEO rankings. And so I'm not saying it's not important. What the thing we're going after is the future. We're the company, we're the online presence of the future. And there's just no one out there that's doing even, a sliver of the job that we're doing at this. And that's just our confident opinion on what we have and the waves we're making in all these different industries. Is we're built for that meta reference first, with the screen space, this is exactly what it's like on a custom app like Instagram, right? The experience right away. So we're taking advantages of a lot of the things like that Google press release, the things that are going to help you get noticed and help you get more clicks. We're prime for what's inevitable and what's coming, right?
Yeah, I like that. I would agree with you that SEO is no longer the big dog that it used to be. I talk to a lot of my clients and they tell me, oh, Michael, we want to be number one on Google and we want to show up here. And I go, well, that's well and good, but you're living 5 or 10 years in the past, because number one, currently Google changed their algorithms. So the ranking stuff is all different than what it used to be even 3 hours ago.
And that's the world we live in today.
Oh my gosh.
If you're not adapting and you're not growing and you're not constantly doing that, you're getting left behind. And, and honestly, with our tech, the crazy thing too is we're delivering a superior product. We're delivering a superior experience. We're converting at a higher rate, and it's less expensive. A lot of these SEO companies, these traditional website companies that have, they've done awesome and they've generated a ton of revenue and won a ton of clients, and these businesses are paying, 8, 10, 12 in certain locations around the country. The feedback we get is tens of thousands of dollars a month on their SEO and their web presence. And it's just crazy to me because coming on with a modern, up-to-date, fully custom code base that Unlimited has in hand right now,
Yeah.
we can knock those other competitors out of the park as far as SEO and online presence.
Yeah.
And it's a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's one of our ethos is we want to deliver an amazing product, but we don't want to rob the bank. It's a win-win all around for business owners.
Yeah, I really like that. And I want to go back to reinforce. And here's a keyword you'll get, and sustain what you said earlier in the fact that when you go to a search on Google, the SEO is like 4 things down. So you've got your ads, then you've got your business listing, then you've got your PPC ads, and the SEO results are way in the bottom. And people have questioned me, well, why is that happening? I go, well, because Google doesn't make any money by delivering SEO results.
That's exactly
I feel like like Steve Martin, oh, it's a profit thing. I go, yeah, they're here to sell ads. They're not here to give that stuff away for free.
Right.
It's like the yellow pages. They'll give you a free listing. I mean, yeah, in the phone book, the old phone book, they give you a free listing in the back in the white pages. If you want to be upfront, you buy the ad in the yellow pages. Well, Google's the same way. They don't really care if you're ranked number 1 in the organic search. They want to sell you an ad. So who cares? You've got to find another way to do it.
You nailed it right on the head.
Yeah, that's what intrigued me about you is that you've got another way to do it. And this would help me in talking to my clients and explaining that to them. The SEO results are really not where it's at anymore.
Well, the people I've talked to and the research I've done, and when I say the people I talk to, I'm talking the best in their industries at what matters for online marketing and what converts, and people put so much emphasis into the SEO because that's the way things have always been. But what's even more important and vital to your business's success than people going to a place is the place they're going to. Does it build credibility? Is the brand and image done the right way? Is the experience the right way? Does it build trust? Does it set a standard of business that you do, right? And that's where Unlimited comes in, is we're the best at that, right?
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head right there with the word trust. It's all about, when I do my marketing seminars, I tell the folks there's really only 3 reasons why people buy anything. They need it, they want it, and they like you. If people don't like you, they're not going to do business with you because they don't trust you. So trust is the key component to getting people to like you. So if you've been able to accentuate the level of trust that a potential customer sees on one of these, on one of your apps, the sale is almost a lay down because people do business with people they trust. That means that they like you. So I think you've really done a good job with that. I'm very impressed with that. So what are some, so explain how does it work in general? I know that you're primarily mobile phone based right now, and tell me a little bit about what's going on right now and where you see it going in the future.
Absolutely. So right now, and a part that I'll get into, we haven't touched base on, is the actual native app. So
yes, explain
what
that.
we're dominating at right now with our clients is when someone sees you on Instagram and they click that link in the profile, or they do a Google search and they click that link to find out who you are, right? That quick conversion app, which is a URL based web app, right?
Right.
With our code base though, that's proprietary and it's the best out there. It's clean. What we're able to do is we can get that quick conversion where it is a custom mobile app experience. It's an unmatched experience to capture a quick conversion. And by conversion, I mean, depending on what industry you're in, right? Book a consultation, fill out a lead form, or buy the product, whatever conversion is, we're able to do that quick and efficiently, right? And that's what we're doing for businesses, which is great. They're generating revenue. They're loving that experience. They get feedback from people and they're like, this is amazing. That was simple, to the point. We loved it. And then the long-term retention is that custom mobile app. And what business owners love right now, Michael, is if you've done research on building a custom native app in the App Store, you're spending $200,000, $250,000, and you don't even know what the product's going to function like or be like until you're done at the end of the project and you already forked up your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Which to me is just outrageous. And so what we do is we go conversion app first. Boom, we deliver it. It's beautiful. It's unlike anything you'll see out there. And then when we go native app, it's the same application, the same functionality, captures the same and even better analytics and data. And now that's pushed to the native app store, right? And if our clients want to go native, there's a premium ticket price for that. But again, it isn't 250,000. It's pennies on the dollar that gives their business the presence that they need and the tools they need to grow and generate revenue and to truly give their clients and customers what they deserve, right? To treat that client journey the right way and to show care, to build trust, and to market and brand themselves the right way.
Okay. So, there may be some folks listening who don't understand what the term native means. Can you clarify that for those folks?
Absolutely. So it's from the App Store, Android and iPhone friendly. It's your actual app that you're going to the App Store and downloading onto your phone, right? That's what a native app is. What's beautiful about our tech is even prior to doing that, or some businesses don't even need to take it that far, right? So they can we can build them a custom web app, which is essentially a mobile first website. And when you save that app to your home screen, it becomes a full custom mobile app in itself, right? Oh. You've got the badge icon, you click it, it eliminates that search bar. It truly functions like a custom mobile app. And so we have clients, we have some that are totally happy with just, hey, we want you to just knock out of the park a grand slam home run, our online presence, our SEO, our brand, our image that builds trust and converts. Great. Yeah. We also have people that want that coupled with a native app downloaded from the actual Apple, iPhone, Android, the App Store that's saved on their phone, right? And then we have people that want the in practice or in office marketing and branding. So we do digital signage and just a beautiful presence in the building that mirrors and matches that aesthetic of their app and their web presence, which is beautiful.
Cool. I've got about 2 minutes left here, but I want to ask you, so folks that are doing like a pay-per-click ad campaign, how will what you're doing help support and increase conversions on like a pay-per-click campaign?
Absolutely. So what the results we're seeing right now, to make it simple, if you get 1,000 people that go to an archaic website, you might convert 20, 30, 200, whatever the numbers are. When we come in with our tech, that same 1,000 is going to be more ticking up to that 40%, 50% and more, you know, and what it's doing, in my opinion, and we're so early that we truly don't know yet. I think it gets them further down that conversion funnel, gets them further down that decision-making process because of the trust that the business is building and because of the experience that you're giving the client.
So they're experiencing a better presentation is in essence than what they may be seeing on a conventional website.
Better presentation and a better experience that matches the apps that they're already obsessed with and love.
Got it. So you've hit one of my hot buttons there, and I'm going to do this fast. So I ask a lot of my clients and people in the seminars, you know, what's the most important part of the sales process? Prospect, presenting, and closing. Most people get it wrong, and they don't understand. The key is the presentation. You want to do more sales. You want to get more and better conversions, and generate more revenue. You got to make a great presentation, and that's it.
Absolutely.
I got just a few seconds left here. So, Gunnar, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, give me your contact information.
Yep. So my direct email, chunner@unlimited.dev. That's CHUNNER @UNLMTD.dev, DEV. My personal cell, 801-230-1661. And again, we'll link the portfolio site that anyone wants to see on this. But if you do go to that, it's portfolio.unlmtd.me.
Got it. And one more time, give us the phone number.
801-230-1661. 1661.
Cool. Chunner, thank you so much for being such a great guest today. I'll see you guys again next time with another exciting episode of Make It Easy for People to Give You Money. Take care.
Thank you so much, Michael. Have a good one.
See you, Chunner. Don't move.